everyone's starting to shed out their winter coats. Even the horses. Kara is starting to change colors. She's starting to look more like her dad. Well, the goats are fed. They're getting nice, clean, fresh water right now. I've got my water for my bleach to clean up the milk machine here. And then we're gonna start milking. I don't think I'll be able to record though, because I'm doing it on my own. I'll try and record in between, but some of them are kind of cranky. If you don't get them unhooked immediately, they start kicking. So here we have Sabrina and Luna. All right, so you can see here that it doesn't really look like much is coming out. Lift it up to drain it, double check. I know a lot of other people don't do this, but even with the machine, we still bump and massage udders because we still want every little drop out. You see a little bit more is coming out now with the massaging. All right, so now we just turn the valves off. And then we're going to stick a finger in here to release the suction, and the teat will just slide right out. Okay, and then we have our teat dip cup. Oh, sorry, Sabrina. I forgot you don't like it going from behind your legs. She's the one you have to go under her legs. And now, so we're going to let Luna loose. Turn Sabrina loose. And they're gonna steal the baby's hay like they always do. All right, Luna, get out. Luna's still stealing hay. Sangria! Lily! There's Lily. There's Sangria. Close the door so nobody else. Okay, go get on the stand. Don't mind our messy barn. We still haven't cleaned everything out. Lily, where are you going? They usually go on the same stand each time. I don't know what's up with Lily. Lily, get on the stand. Good girl. She's one that she actually sticks her head in. Some of them you have to, actually guide their head in. Put the pin in, and we're ready to wash. So we have our udder wash, and then we just use a wash over here. And since we're using a machine, we don't have to worry too much about getting the whole udder clean. Really just the teats, the udder around the teats. Except for on Anne, because with Anne, we still hand milk her. And so we wash her entire udder and some of her. And then behind the fence is the grain, so the goats can't get to it. I need to mix more. Usually I have a second person for this. My daughter, though, is in the process of transitioning back home. Stick it on the milk machine. See if you can see. Hook her up. Yeah, so her grandmother has custody of her. And everything isn't going like it should, and so she's transitioning home. And so with that, right now she's on 48-hour visits. So she's with me for a day, 24 hours, and then she's with her grandma for 24 hours, and so on. And then they will transition it again here shortly. To another day and add another day to the visit. And they're thinking the middle of next month is when she'll go home. So I like to get a little squeeze in. Oh, I dropped it. So I like to do a squeeze into the cup just to kind of get it going. And then you're going to want to check to make sure that the flow is coming out really well. This one, Lily's got one side that nothing's really coming out. So in that case, I might have to take it off and put it back on because the teat could be crooked in there or something. There we go. So I took it off and I did 2 squirts into the cup, stuck it back on, and now the flow is coming out great. But now the other side's empty. So I couldn't show you dipping Lily because I have to hold one leg to dip her because she's a kicker. And then Sangria, she likes to be dipped behind her legs. Come on, Lily. Are you afraid of the baby? So, Lily. Well, go on, Lily. No, you're not going to push the door open? Usually she'll... There she goes. Oh, and I didn't get it. No. Luna, you've already gone. Come on, Red. All right, go get on your stands. Giselle. Come on, Red. Really? Okay. Giselle is one who is stubborn. And you have to push her head in. Come on, Giselle. Come on, Red. Get on your stand. You want me to chase you? Good shot, and there you go. Wash teats. Let's see Giselle's little udder. And Red's udder. And I'll show you them after they're empty udder. They're just so little. So little. And here's Red's empty udder. Alright, they're dipped. Now time to let them loose. Alright, come on, ladies. Keep it moving. It's stealing food from babies. Oh, are you saying hi to your daughter? And you're just trying to steal food from your son? Bye, girls! All that's left is Aunt. However, these very hungry babies have to be fed first. So I turned off the pump. Now we need to release the vacuum pressure. You do that just by opening the valves. Right, now it is all out. There's a little bit of milk in here I'm going to drain in. Tell you, feeding babies, I want every drop in there. I'll do this one too. This one's harder to do one-handed because it's really long. All right, now the lid will just lift right off. I'll show you here. It's got a rubber seal, and that's so we kind of have to push down on the sides when we first turn the pump on, or else it doesn't seal very well, or it takes a minute. And there's all of our milk. Now I come over here to my fancy bottle filling station, where I have my bucket of clean bottles. Sure you all recognize this milk pail. That's what we used to use on all of our goats. Got a funnel. So now I'm going to pour this milk into here and then fill up all the bottles until they're full. And then give them to the baby.
So instead of cutting out a bunch of footage, I decided to just speed up most of the footage of me filling up bottles so that you guys could see it. And the funny squeaky sound that you're hearing is the baby goats screaming in the background.
I can't do that left-handed. I'm trying to do it left-handed so that you guys could see better, but I'm just making a mess. Too full, making a mess. You know the expression, don't cry over spilt milk? Well, unless, you know, you have hungry babies to feed, then it's okay to cry over spilt milk. Sometimes there's water still in these after we've washed them. So I like to make sure I shake them out. Ooh, fast. I'm usually really good at this, I promise. I usually only get milk in the lid. That's why I have this lid here, is to catch milk. Spills. The last of it. Last 2 bottles. And I can go give all the milk to the babies. Anne is screaming her head off because she wants milk. That is the last thing we do because we drink her milk sitting here while babies are getting fed. So we milk her and then we immediately take it inside and cool it down. Just get this ready for drink. And take the lid. Funnel back. Right, you can see I spilled quite a bit of milk because I was trying to show, you know, it pouring in, and I'm not very good at left-handed. So now I have my full bottles in my bucket to take to the baby. There's our fancy little feeding rack. I need 5 bottles. And they've got to take the hay out from these boys. Put their bottles in their hay. Hungry little things. They're just so excited. Hey, 5 bottles for 5 babies. Now the fun. To release the girls. Which gets very difficult because they like to, you know, push on the gate. Trying to get loose. And then these 2 I have to feed by hand because they were on their mom for too long, and so they don't eat fast enough. I'm going to try and put you guys down here so you can watch these babies. Yeah, I don't think it's put the boys' hay back up and collecting the bottles to take inside to wash. Usually I tip them straight up so they can get the last little bite. It's not much, but you know. It's usually Samantha who gets it. Get out of there. Here you go, Samantha. Okay, Anna's gonna eat it instead. Samantha, get out of my bucket. Pretty sure it's empty, guys. Okay, here you go, Samantha. I think you got it all. Here you go, Anna. Samantha's just the best eater. Now the really fun part. I have to pick up all of these babies and put them back in the pen. Because just opening the door won't do. Time to let Anne in. Annie! Go get in the stand. Really? This has been her new thing. Like, every day when she gets brought in, she starts peeing on the floor. Why are you acting weird? Come on. Oh, is it because the sled's there? It's not usually. Yeah, I've got straw in the sled to go put in the chicken nest boxes. I think she has the biggest udder of them all, but it's also uneven because of the mastitis that was on this side. It's not that side's smaller. Oh, I'm slacking. I forgot things. I've got to clean this out first. All right. Okay, so we're going to put the lid on. Turn the pump on. Like I said, we got to hold the lid down. Gotta do it with 2 hands. 1 on each side. There we go. So once you hear the pulsator going, you know you're good. Alright, then I have my bleach water. Cups in. And they're real dirty. I dunk the whole tubing in there. Get them clean. Now we just turn them on. And it takes the bleach water through the system to clean out the tubes. You can see the vacuum section has stopped, so now we turn the pump off. Pump's off now. Lift off the lid. Take the tubes out. And I take this last bit of water that's left and dump it on the inside of the lid. Alright. I've got to unhook my tube from the pump. And then I'll hang this up, which I don't know if I'll try and put it this way. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'm going to take the hose that hooks to the pump over the rafter. I have a little nail right here that hooks on there. And then we leave the lines open so so that all of the water in them drips out. Really need to get a longer tube for this one. See how much longer the milk tube is than the pulsator tube. So it should be more like that one. And it works. You can see the water's dripping out. So, all right. Now put our bleach bucket aside. And now we've got all this bleach water in here that we've got to dump. Milky bleach water, yum. Yes, Anne, I'm coming back. All right, now we put this on this homemade saddle rack. Works great for all of our stuff so that it can drain out also. We keep Anne's teat dip and the hoof trimmers hanging off this. And that's because I'm paranoid. Anne has CAE, so I don't use anything on her that I use on the other goats, and that's why she's completely last after all the babies have been fed, so there's 0 chances. I know some people, they just milk everything in the machine together, and then they pasteurize it, but I'm too paranoid for that. And so she's also the very last for the udder wash. So she's been naughty lately, so we've been tying her feet. So, you know, on the other goats, we would just clean their teats like this. But on her, we have to clean the whole udder. And then we come up a little bit on the stomach. So this way we make sure nothing gets into our milk. She also has her own bucket that is tall. And I was pretty excited because this is actually a pot lid, and it fit it perfect. So we just have a 1 gallon bucket. So it's completely different, so there's 0 chance of contamination. I need to get some kind of phone holder that attaches to my forehead so you guys can see what I see. Right. There's our milk. Lots of froth. So now we're going to put the lid on it to make sure nothing gets in it and sanitize my hand. So we keep hand sanitizer in here for a couple of different reasons. One is when we're milking Anne. And then we also have this, I don't think they even make it anymore. It's like Veterdine, something like that. It's an iodine-based disinfectant. And then our bleach for cleaning out the milk machine, and then our apple cider vinegar that we put in everybody's water. All right, dip. And then put the dip cup back and sanitize again. Now this is a very, very important step. If you have a goat and you have to tie their legs, it is extremely important that you remember to untie them before you let them loose. Yes, I have let goats loose. I've let them out of the milk stand before without untying their legs. And usually they stop, but we had one that she pulled the milk stand halfway to the door. And there's her empty udder. All right, Annie. You're gonna stop and steal food first, aren't you? Yep, get out of there. Outside. Goodbye. Now we can latch this. I used to have a latch on the outside of this door like I do on the front door. Somebody broke it. I think it's because they were using it as a handle. All right, and every time we're in here, we check the fence. to make sure that it's in the green. All right, now we can put this back on. We'll stick this bucket inside this bucket. It's really hard to carry 4 buckets by yourself, but luckily we have the sled this time to help. All right, now we take our leftover udder wash, go over anywhere that there might be milk, which with the machine we don't get milk spillage usually. Sometimes if you drop the line without draining it first, you'll get a little bit of spillage, so it's mostly just Anne, which usually we don't have any problems now that we've tied our legs. But we have this giant mess that I made because I was trying to show you guys. Pouring the milk. So we're just gonna put that there. And dump it. There, right as rain. Okay, now we can dump the rest of this outside. All right, and then in the evening, we plug these lights, extra lights in while we're milking. Just unplug that. So now it's not so bright for the babies to sleep. But it's still bright enough if we have to come in the middle of the night, then we're golden. Which, you know, now that we have the camera over there, which we put in during kidding season, makes it a lot easier to check on babies and stuff too. But it's not the best at seeing them because it has to be in that window, because that is the only place the internet will reach. Got this new bedding in here. These gosh dang birds keep laying their eggs inside the coop instead of in the nest boxes. Oh, there's a piece of hay in there. See, that's why we strain it. A couple of hay particles. Alexa, set a timer for 45 minutes.
45 minutes, starting now.
So I don't know if I've ever given you guys the recipe for our udder wash and teat dip. I've got it right here. The udder wash is 1/4 of a teaspoon of dish soap, 1 tablespoon of iodine, 3 drops, 3 to 5 really, of melaleuca or tea tree oil, and then we do it in a 1-gallon bucket, about, you know, anywhere from half to 3/4 the way full, depending on who's doing it. With warm water. We let the water get as hot as it can, so by the time we get out there it's still warm. And then we take a washcloth to clean them, and then our teat dip is basically it's half and half iodine and Castile soap. We like the lavender and the peppermint, and then 3 drops of tea tree oil, and then we put it in there, and that's what we use to dip our teats. And then you can find all of the stuff that we use. If you click the link below that has our Amazon favorites, it'll take you to, basically it looks like a storefront, and we have it broken up into categories, and then has all of the stuff that we buy, because most of the stuff that we use for our goats, or in general, we get on Amazon, and so I have all the stuff in there that you would need. I think we might need to start selling eggs. So we have these 2 baskets that are overflowing, and I didn't even gather the eggs tonight, but you guys saw there were a lot in there. And then look at all the eggs that we have in the fridge. So here's 2 dozen, there's a dozen, another dozen, another dozen, another dozen, and then this is one of the bigger containers. I think it's what do they hold, 18? So I really like these reusable, 18. Buy eggs from the store, but yeah, I really like these reusables. I got these from Tractor Supply a couple of different times, and then we have orange ones too that were for duck eggs when we had ducks, but they also work great because sometimes we have chickens that lay really big eggs. And you can also see we have a lot of milk in here too, so we need to go make some stuff with all this milk we have. We need to skim them too so we can make more butter. So this is our container of butter. It's only about half full for when we made butter. Well, I don't think we only have maybe 1 or 2 more pounds of hamburger meat from when we butchered steak. So it's time to butcher our other steer. Unfortunately, this winter was so rough and, it lasted really long and back and forth. So he's actually lost weight just like most of the animals have. And pretty much all the goats have put their weight back on, and he's slowly starting to put his back on. So it'll be a while before we butcher him. So I'm making sloppy joes, but no, I'm not making it from scratch. I'm using a can. I know it's super disappointing because I make everything from scratch, but I just don't have that kind of time today. I did make sweet tea though. My daughter's been begging for sweet tea for about a week, so I finally made some. So she'll have it when she gets home.
Thanks for watching!